Hello everyone, secrets of the tour, Shambles behind the scenes. And now this latest, I know Meghan is having a hard time and they are looking for any way to gain prestige, power, and money. I think that is why they are doing these trips in the name of the royal family, and fake royal trips to be exact. I heard Meghan is very busy with personal projects, so why is she still doing these trips? Who is she trying to fool? In addition to that, they have not even arrived yet. Absolutely, you are aware of what we are discussing, which is, of course, the fictitious royal visit that Harry and Meghan took to Colombia. I am aware that a great number of individuals have expressed their opinion that it is absurd that they would want to travel all the way around the world. When you think about it, it may be rather absurd. However, it is, without a doubt, all about reputation, power, money, and ideally, some type of income. However, there are a few issues, one of which is that Harry has brought this up. You should realize that one of the things that irritates me is the fact that these royal tours are bogus. It is truly incomprehensible why these countries treat them like working royalty. Does this make you angry? If so, comment number 1, and if you feel they deserve special treatment, comment number 2. When you stop and think about it, you realize that you can't accomplish anything with them since it's nothing more than showboating for two individuals that almost nobody is interested in anymore. It was not too long ago that we informed you about how Harry had experienced a significant setback, which was all due to this major event. Tabloids on Trial, which was shown on the commercial channel ITV. And it seems that, it is going to take the world by storm. No one bothered to get on the radio. With a lousy administration and a mounting cost of living problem, the clicks were horrifying because people are sick of seeing wealthy people complaining about how tough their lives are. This is especially true in our country, where the cost of living situation is always getting worse. To tell you the truth, its condition is deteriorating on a daily basis. And this is where things start to get more interesting for me, since there are now two things to consider. As you can see, many people are aware that the mainstream media in this region is experiencing a great deal of difficulty, literally in terms of costs, a decline in advertising income, and the firing of a large number of staff members, including anchors, reporters, and other personnel. The fact that Zoom is bringing in everyone means that you won't have to make reservations for a television studio or a makeup artist. This does reflect on a variety of different things. Every single one of them, including autocue operators, cameramen, and everyone else, is being eliminated. This is where things start to become more interesting because, let's say, a couple of years ago, even a false tour by these fake royals would have been a subject of, okay, fine, okay, we must cover it. Now, however, things are getting more fascinating because of this. Now, it would appear that Harry and Meghan are completely taken aback by the fact that there is very little interest in the global media to accompany them in their endeavors. To clarify, they have their very own photographer and filmmaker documenting the tour. They have their very own natural photographer. I mean, it's kind of like the situation in Nigeria. We haven't seen anything yet, have we? However, we are being threatened with another documentary, which means that it's going to be very interesting. On the other hand, what caught my attention about this is the fact that if the mainstream media are, in fact, drawing back, then that is a matter of cost. However, it is obvious that if they believed that this would be a ratings buster, they would continue to do so, right? They would think, well, we'll just take the cost, because we know we're going to get that back in advertising revenue. And they would be right. Remember the kind of stuff that happened when, Tom Bradbury went around with Harry and Meghan in Africa, and that was extremely successful? This is not the case now. People are completely uninterested in it. It is intriguing to me that Prince Harry is very thrilled, and there is only one reason for this happiness, and that is because he is bored. This information comes from a reliable source. The reason he is bored is because he does not have anything to do, as you can see, because of the regimented lifestyle that he had become accustomed to, as well as the freedom of flight and everything else. he has become indifferent to the concept of having freedom. Some people believe that he is at a loss for what to do to occupy his days. Other than meeting with attorneys and discussing the ongoing legal proceedings and doing a little amount of childcare, what exactly is there to do? Then, Meghan is keeping herself occupied by doing anything she wants to do, which includes trying to regain power, participating in cookery programs, and other such activities. Nevertheless, he is a bit of a lost soul in his own right. And according to that source, he was just overjoyed that this particular thing had finally materialized, as it provided him with something to concentrate on. A number of things, however, are not going according to his plan, as it appears that Meghan will be the focus of attention on this visit to Colombia. Just to refresh my memory, when is it not the case? However, it is very fascinating, isn't it? Additionally, it is inevitable that we will be able to observe things, since the agencies will simply drop photographs and fragments of video material down to us. On the other hand, given the magnitude of the situation, we are obligated to report it. Oh, they are going back on tour, not going anywhere at all. Oh, my word. The tale is still unfolding, as it always is. It seems it's the only country that responded to the Duchess of Dog biscuit letters. All other countries know they are toxic and don't want to have anything to do with the delusional duo. Honestly, I don't get why Harry and Meg think people are interested in their fake royal tour. First of all, they aren't royals anymore, so they aren't representatives of any country. They don't have jobs. She's a gold digger, married to a used-to-be prince. They're even more pathetic than Wallace and her used-to-be king. We should call it what it is, a vacation. It's not a royal tour. It's not a fake royal tour. Meghan will merch her clothes and walk in front of her puppy Henry. We'll likely see her attack snapper, Misan, as part of the entourage. There's been an article about how Meghan believes this will show how she shone in the royal family at attending all these luxury beliefs causes on stage, and that they offered to keep this up as royals after they left. Oh please. Harry should send his tart to Colombia while he goes to detox, rehab, 12 steps, therapy, and school to learn a trade. Sobriety is a full-time job. However, I'm not sure that detox, rehab, 12 steps, or therapy would work for Harry. One has to admit the need and follow the programs. Harry thinks he is just fine. In fact, he sees himself as counseling others in their mental health. As for learning a trade, one has to have initiative, commitment, and a desire to learn. He doesn't have those qualities either. Clearly, those two are going backward instead of forwards. They are becoming more and more disliked and despised. They're an awful couple. Have noticed lately that interest in Harry and Meghan is really dwindling. They are so darned boring, and any interest is mainly to take the mick out of them. Even the sugars are quiet. It truly amazes me that Harry once commanded a room, but since Meghan is always in the back and walks behind Meghan, not considered important, Harry has no value and appears to be there for no apparent reason. Once a prince, now just dumb Harry. But maybe Meghan is desperate to stay relevant. She thinks she can convince the king to allow her back. She wants to show the royals how popular she is. It is happening. The loss of interest. People are fatigued and bored of the gruesome twosome and their tiresome shenanigans. No one really cares. We just want to see the back of these two. Bring it on. The inevitable fading into obscurity. To be honest, she still has 57% of her DNA that she can claim as whichever and wherever she thinks will get her the most airplay and adoration. Certainly, I wouldn't put anything past them, especially with Hapless's ongoing quest for IPP status protection, which isn't about protection at all. It's about the access to classified information that goes along with IPP status. I hope one of them isn't planning a real kidnapping or worse. This would be a quick way to get out of a marriage. Hopefully not, but the two didn't look all lovey-dovey in that last interview. If my spouse looked at me like that, or avoided looking at me at all, I believe I would think twice about visiting dangerous countries. Where are they going next? Iran? Maybe they can find a conference on female equality there. Meghan can reuse some of the clothes she wore in Nigeria. Just a sarcastic thought. Well, Meghan visited Colombia, and I am sure there are lots of decent people there. Meghan, however, is not in an odd marriage, and since she went in an official capacity, I am sure her security was excellent. Harry is not a working royal, and he should think more about his children needing a father. As I've said before, they're their own worst enemies. Harry made his decision to leave his country, his family, his friends, and his work, which probably gave him purpose, none of which he has in the States. I think it's time for him to get a real therapist and reassess the decisions he has made. I also find it odd that they keep going to countries that have security issues far beyond what they would encounter in Great Britain. Or high possibility, it's a ploy. They'll stage a kidnapping attempt in the hope that that gets them IPP status, which should not be given to them under any circumstances. The thought of them having access to classified information is scary, and believe me, that's why he's so hell-bent on getting it. Take it easy and stay cool out there. The biscuits may be getting smaller, but the prices don't. A reconsidered travel has been issued for Colombia, so Harry and Meghan go at their own peril. Should they encounter danger, unlikely, but they have enough money of their own to hopefully defuse the situation. I just found out that hard-working Canadians paid $45,000 in security costs for Meghan to ponce around Whistler a few months ago. I think what a mess at their age. How long will it take to wake up? This is not working. What they are doing, Meghan and Harry, it is just making people dislike you more. People have bigger problems. This is precisely what I mean. I am pleased that you watched my video. Please show your support for our channel by sharing, and subscribing. I am looking forward to receiving more love from you. I'm particularly interested in hearing your perspectives on the current topic. Please leave your comments below. We'll see each other again shortly.